Most traders think that they need to have a breakthrough in order to succeed in the markets. But what if I told you that that exact mindset is holding you back as a trader? What's up, YouTube family? It's your boy Alan, and I'm back with another short talk on trading psychology. And the topic of today is how markdouglas, the pioneers of trading psychology, helped me personally to break some ceilings in trading. And back then when I started trading, I used to have some of these struggles. The ones that I actually remember were that I had an obsessive need to be right all the time. My happiness was mainly centered on the outcome of each and every single trade. So just imagine, on each and every trade, I would be hoping that it's a win because I wanted to feel happy. Whenever I encountered a loss, that meant the rest of the day was going to be awful. I would go to bed, really in a bad mood. But upon stumbling across Trading in the Zone, which is the book, I also got hold of Mark Douglas' trading workshop, which was a 4-part series, and I watched one of his interviews, which was Mind Over Markets, which was really good. Which was a really good interview. It really opened my eyes and my mind, and gave me a bigger picture of what trading was all about. So, without wasting much of your time, let's just talk about who Mark Douglas is. And is basically one of the pioneers in the field of trading psychology. He's the author of 2 famous books. The one which is Trading in the Zone. The other one is The Disciplined Trader. And when you look at most of the foundational trading psychology content out there and education, is mainly centered around his philosophy and his thinking. So he was a really game changer in terms of trading psychology. So without also wasting much of your time, let's jump straight into how he actually helped me to break some of the ceilings that I encountered in my trading. And right off the bat, it opened my eyes to see that trading is a numbers game. It shifted my perspective because I started looking at trading from a probabilistic point of view. I started thinking in probabilities, and I realized that probabilities play over time. So remember I told you that I used to be, my happiness was based on the outcome of every single trade. But when I understood these probabilities and how to think in probabilities, essentially what he told me was trading is quite random, and you can do the exact same thing, the exact same approach on a trade, and it might work or it might not work. So it's all probabilities. So that really removed a lot of pressure because I realized that what I was chasing was the impossible. So it gave me a big picture, and I started letting probabilities play over the long game. And another ceiling that he helped me to crack was getting rid of the breakthrough mindset. Yeah, I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys relate to this because when we started trading, we would see traders in South Africa, United States post really big profits, crazy profits. We're talking, $100,000. Here in South Africa, we would see millions of rands. And don't get me wrong, it's quite possible to do that, but you need to reach a certain level of capital and forex mastery. You need to really be confident in your approach, and you would need to really maximize on those winning trades. So in short, for beginner traders, it's something that's not realistic. It's something that really takes time to get to, and trading is an ongoing process where you have to refine, you have to keep on showing up. You need to let the probabilities play in the long term. So to get to that level, you need to have consistently refined your approach. But he got rid of the mindset because I was thinking that one good trade is gonna take me out of the mud. One good trade is gonna change everything. But that's not the case. Trading is an ongoing process that you have to keep on applying the same processes over a long period of time. The other ceiling that he helped me to break through was understanding the concept of an edge. So back then I would trade randomly, random price action, get into the markets, just trade a simple breakout and retest, then call it a day. I didn't have something that would give me sort of like a probabilistic advantage. Because when we look at the definition of an edge, is a probabilistic advantage that plays over time. It's never a guaranteed win. You can apply the same edge on the same markets on a different day and you get different results this is something that people don't really understand, but it's one of the paradoxes of trading. So it made me realize that edges play over time. It's not a one-time thing. You need to consistently apply them over a long period of time so that they play out to your advantage. And you can only build trust in your edge by executing it consistently over a long period of time. So that really helped me to understand that, okay, I need to work on quality distinctions that are going to put the odds in my advantage. So that was one ceiling that it also helped me to break past. And another ceiling is he made me realize that I'm just an ordinary trader. I'll be honest to you, he really put me in place, because I used to think that I have an impact in the markets. I used to think that if I add many positions, that's going to have an influence on price. But that was not the case. When you actually look at it, retail traders produce 5% of market liquidity. So that's a really small amount. Imagine you with your $100 account, like how's that going to change? So when you put me in place, it removed the need to be right. I realized that, I just gotta look for ways that I can trade in line with the institutional banks and the people that actually have influence in the markets. So that really helped me, and it removed ego. I didn't feel a need to be right. I just focused on applying my edge in the markets, and being consistent. So I don't know if some of you guys relate to that, but those are some of my challenges. And the last one was, he really bridged the gap between how professionals and elite traders think and how I thought at that period of time. Usually when you're a beginner, you trade on impulses, you jump into the markets, and then you decide your risk after, like, oh man, this trade is going against me, so let me put a stop loss. But professional traders, they first identify the risk, then they place a trade. So that was one of the mindsets that really opened my eyes. And one of the mindsets that also promotes profitability is that pro traders and elite traders, they trust their edge, that it plays over a long period of time, and they detach from the need to be right, because they know that trading is not about being right or wrong. And there's no need to personally get attached to an outcome, because it's all probabilities. You might do the exact same thing that worked on the previous trade, but on this today's scenario, it might not work out, and that's just trading. That's something that people have a hard time wrapping their head around, but that's the reality of trading. So those are some of the 5 ceilings that I had, that Mark Douglas really helped me to really bridge that gap. So I'll finish off with one of his famous quotes, and it reads, trading isn't about being right or wrong. It's about how much you lose when you are wrong and how much you make when you are right. And this sums up risk management in a nutshell, because for the most part, you will be wrong quite a lot of times, but it's how much you lose when you're wrong. And it's better to lose quite a little when you are wrong. But when you're right, you need to make sure that you maximize on those trades. And like I said, it sums up risk management. And over the years, that's something that I've also been refining and making sure that when I really catch good trades, I really maximize on them, not in an unstructured way, but in a really structured way. Yeah, so I hope you really enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you guys next time.